Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy D, and I'm back with another video, man. And I got a face cam back on for this video because y'all like the last version of the face cam. So if y'all are new, I need y'all to do two things. One, hit the like button, two, hit the subscribe button, and three, hit the comment section. And in today's video, we're talking about things y'all haven't known about the Raptors last season. So if y'all are new, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button because I'm on the road to 100 subscribers. If you can get that ASAP, that would be very much appreciated. And let's get into the video. As for last season, Chris Boucher, he had the highest true shooting percentage. If you don't know what a high true shooting percentage is, it's basically like a stat combined with your field goal and your 3-point percentage. Honestly, if you have a good true shooting over 53%, that's pretty much efficient. And Chris Boucher got it at 57%, so that's very good. But honestly, Chris Boucher, I already knew he was efficient because honestly, if the three ball wasn't going in well, he would always drive, he'd always shoot, he'd always kick for a teammate. He'd always find a way to get to the basket, and that's what Chris Boucher did last season. That's very good. At 57%, that's very much effective at the league's wide true shooting percentage for effectiveness at 53%, so that's pretty good. We all know the Raptors would have been going crazy if there was no All-Star break. The Raptors, they had an 8-game winning streak going into the All-Star break, or before the All-Star break. I think it was January 9th to about the end of February or the mid of February. But honestly, they played good teams like the Miami Heat, they played good teams like the Chicago Bulls, they played very good teams like even the Hornets, and they played good teams like, they played many good teams, although they played shady teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets, but they got it done. And honestly, for the Raptors, if you didn't have this, they would have not, if there was no All-Star break, the Raptors, they would have just went off. Because honestly, they're sitting at 500 and they need to go on an 8-game win streak or more to basically solidify that record in the East. So honestly, that's very good the Raptors did that. And also, Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr., they had the highest plus minus on the team. Plus minus they had was at plus 467 when they were on the court. And off the court, I think the Raptors were a bit less. But honestly, Gary Trent Jr. and Fred VanVleet are basically sure they need on this team because honestly, Fred VanVleet, he averaged over 20 points per game. Gary Trent Jr. got you close to 20. And this guy, Gary Trent Jr., would almost do anything whenever you asked him to. Though he would have his rough nights in the playoffs, he basically did everything you needed him to. And honestly, Gary Trent Jr., they led the league in almost threes per game for the fourth quarter. I think they were clutch 3 points, and I think they're top 2 in those categories. So Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. did the core and soul of this team for offense because they can both create you a shot, they both can create their own shots, and they can both play defense at a fair enough rate. So honestly, Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. led the team for plus minus at plus 467. That's pretty much good. But honestly, for the Raptors, another thing you didn't know about them is they're ace in rebounding and almost top 2 in offensive rebounding, and they didn't have a big. The only big they had in their lineup were people like Pascal Siakam, Ken Burch, and even Precious Achiuwa. They're all 6'8", 6'9" guys that can rebound the ball and even go with the best against the best centers in the NBA. So honestly, the Raptors, I don't really think they need a center. That's another thing I would say that I've learned from this season, because the Raptors, they don't really need a center. Although they have struggled against players like Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic, I think if they went small and kept that small ball lineup they have for the starting lineup is Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Scottie Barnes, and Pascal Siakam. So yeah, I think they did pretty much good damage last season, and I think without a center, they pretty much rebounded the ball pretty well, the team as a unit. So yeah. And honestly, another stat I known for last season too for the Raptors is when they're all healthy and they have all their starting 5 and Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Scottie Barnes, and Fred VanVleet, they'll go undefeated because honestly, all the starters in their lineup average 15 plus points per game, as you have Gary Trent Jr. averages all close to 20 points per game, you have Pascal Siakam that averages close to 20 points per game, and you have Fred VanVleet doing so as well, and you have Scottie Barnes and OG who basically average way over 15 points per game. If you honestly calculate up for 20 points for 2-star players and Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, that gives you about 40 points. And then about 15 points from, you can say, another 2 players, that's almost 30 points. And then another 15 is almost about 95 points. So honestly, if you calculate the whole total from the Raptors starting 5, it's pretty much good that they score almost over 15 points a game, and they score almost about 90 points a night. So that's pretty good. Honestly, for the Raptors, I don't know why I don't have respect for basically having one of the best starting 5s in the league, because honestly, the Raptors, they play together their team, and they don't have a superstar. The only people they have is their 2 all-stars, and Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. And honestly, if you have those core 5 and you basically get like someone like a Shai or something like, if you were to say a Donovan Mitchell, this team would go crazy. And honestly, the Raptors team, they know how to take the play together, and they play very much better than their team. So honestly, that's another thing that I could take on this season. The stars were very much consistent, and they led the way. The only thing the Raptors need is pretty much a bench unit and that backup players to rely on. And honestly, for another thing too, is the Raptors, they led the league in steals and they led the league in deflections. As honestly, they led the league in steals at 9 steals per game, as they're second in the league in steals. That's pretty good. But honestly, for the Raptors, they rely much off their fast breaks, and they gotta get as much steals as possible and get as much turnover as possible to basically have their opponent in a gap. So honestly, I think for the Raptors, 9 steals per game is very perfect for how they play, because they force a lot of turnovers and they get on their fast break and they play very much to their team. So honestly, 9 steals per game, they're second in the league in steals. That's pretty good, as long with deflection, that I know Fed VanVleet and Gary Trent led in those respective categories. But yeah, honestly, another thing about the Raptors too, they're a good top 6 in beating teams over 500 they're supposed to, although they're 19 and 20 versus teams over 500 as that correlates to eating percentage. So that's not even that bad. But honestly, I think for the Raptors, they just gotta keep playing together their team and beating teams they're supposed to. As for example, for the Bucks, they basically won that series in a sweep for the regular season, and the Miami Heat, I think they won 2-1 as they had that overtime victory, so that's pretty much good. And then you had teams like the Suns, I think they split 2 games apiece, so that's pretty good. And playing teams at the top of the East, and then I think for the Warriors, I think they're pretty much split. The Suns, they had a season series split, and the Memphis Grizzlies, they pretty much had a split, so that's pretty much good for the Raptors. And honestly, I think for the Raptors, they play good against teams they're supposed to. And yeah, and honestly too, for the top 3 teams, it says the Raptors are 10 and 5. That's pretty much good, as they win most of their games against teams they're supposed to. That's pretty much says a lot about them. Honestly, to wrap off, another thing you didn't know about the Raptors that's pretty much a con or a negative, if they didn't shoot about 80% from the free throw line. And honestly, I think the Raptors, they gotta work as a team in creating their free throws, because most of their games they lost, and most of the games they lost to close games due to them not hitting free throws, or when they couldn't get a bucket. And honestly, when the games are tight, you need free throws. So honestly, for the Raptors, they didn't get their free throw rating to about 80% or 85% of the team, that would be pretty much effective, as when they won a championship, they're almost a good top 10 or top 3 team in hitting free throws. And honestly, those are my thoughts on the Raptors. As for stuff you didn't know about them, or things they did good this season, or bad thing they did this season. And honestly, if y'all can watch these 2 videos here, I'll probably put them on the end screen if y'all can go watch them. I think you'll probably be interested, as there's a video I did on why the Raptors can cakewalk the East, and basically another video I did on Saturday's Young. So if y'all can check those 2 videos out, that'd be very much appreciated. And your boy Demi, have a great blessed day, y'all, and I hope y'all enjoyed the face to cam videos for the Raptors stuff. So if y'all are new, hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and your boy Demi, I'm signing out. Have a great blessed day, y'all. Peace.